Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a look here at ILV, Illuvium. We're going to see what's going on here with this coin and if it has potential to break out or if we're due for a correction here because we are roughly two strong 4-hour candles into this trend. We'll see if it needs to be able to pull back or potentially continue higher. So if you are new to the channel, just know I'm not a financial advisor. Really love to teach people trade. I hope you can learn something here today. And if you do want to become a better trader, CryptoCash.tech is a site linked down below where you can register for my premium group. We have some phenomenal signals here coming through. These are fully automated trades that I send out with typically 5 to 10x leverage. Okay? Again, really cool stuff. Congrats to our community members for some massive profits here yesterday. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this coin, right? So today's day, pretty strong. We can see tremendous amount of volume. We're going to zoom out a little bit here and kind of just focus on one thing. So first of all, a lot of volume today. We saw a lot of volume 3 days ago. 3 days ago, the price action pulled back, but still held fairly strong. Had a period of consolidation, now the next leg up. And so I'm willing to speculate there's a nice little pattern that formed on the 4-hour time frame that allowed this price to continue. What we want to do quickly, though, is take a quick look at some monthly and weekly closures and go ahead and get some perspective here on key level supports and resistances. In other words, we like to kind of acknowledge some areas that are important to pay attention to, such as previous month close and previous week closes. Okay. We're going to make sure to focus on these areas here and just understand that they're present, they're there. It's not a definitive line in the sand, but it is a helpful tool to recognize, support and resistance zones. So if the price continues higher, we might see some resistance up here. If the price pulls back, we might see a bounce off here. It's kind of one of those things, right? Again, previous month closes are extremely important, same with weekly closes. So now that we've acknowledged that, we're going to take a quick look at fair value. There is some fair value gap down between 60 and 62. It's a long ways away. I don't expect that to be retested yet, but if the price pulls back, that could be an area. We do see a previous fair value gap that got filled here, and the price waked up and hadn't looked back since. We take a look at the RSI. We can acknowledge here that the RSI is overextended, big surprise, but money flow index is still coming into this coin. So as money comes in, the price will stay where it's at and potentially even go higher. We do have a stochastic potential divergence, but it's also considering a convergence here as well. So truth is, these are all bullish signs and definitely something you don't want to try to trade into. So be careful. Do note, though, that we are getting closer to an overextended state. We have roughly about six days of continuation, if you exclude these first two, where the price action is still due for continuation. Okay. In other words, oftentimes you'll see a 9 on TD sequential where the price pulls back, and at that point we could see the price action continue lower. But for right now, it makes a lot more sense for the price to continue higher based on the overall sense that we're not massively overextended and we have a lot of volume flowing into this coin. So let's take a look at that volume on smaller time frames and kind of see roughly what that looks like. Is there a lot of volume in these newer price points? And we can kind of see that there is. It definitely is. We got obviously a previous resistance zone here. We can see that the price action kind of held itself right there for the most part, and that the price action pretty much retested this upper liquidity level and continued higher once it swept that. We also just saw this most recent liquidity level swept as well, and oftentimes that level is retested as a support. So if the price were to pull back, it would make more sense for the price to pull back to this level about 75 and bounce. But what we can do is we can kind of hypothesize here with Elliott Wave and kind of give us some scenarios in which the price action could pull back to. And what do you know? That liquidity level is all right there in the middle of all these three areas in which we could see the price pull back to. Okay, so again, I'm not preaching and saying the price is going to just pull back and yank back right now, but if it were to, make a lot more sense for it to retest its most recent high, sweep that lower liquidity level, and bounce off 0.5, roughly $71, and continue higher. That to me seems much more sensible than the price action dropping any further than that. Okay, again, what do you know? We have a strong amount of volume support just below that level. Okay, so again, do not think we're going to drop like a rock, because I get the question a lot, like, hey, price is obviously going up. Why are you posting these potential retracement zones? It's to help you understand dollar cost average and to understand as well these areas in which you could benefit from if the price were to pull back. It's a lot of it's an if game right now, because with the price running, look, it just ran up an extra 30 or 40 cents since we put that previous resistance level up there. This will keep moving too, by the way. But that's just kind of how it goes. But the key takeaway here is that this previous liquidity level will commonly be the price will gravitate towards that range and potentially bounce off that level. Okay, so we can kind of summarize here that this area should be retested within reason. Okay, it may not be retested ever, but the likelihood is getting higher as the as the overextension grows from here. And let's talk about that too. Is this a massive overextension? Is this a natural correction? First of all, we're up over all 3 moving averages. Pretty standard stuff there. We can go ahead and draw out a trend line here as well to roughly approximate where the price action could continue to go. And then also understand that the MACD swung here very hard with an extra amount of volume, and we converged pretty quick. We can also see the RSI and money flow index is high again. Again, as the price continues to fall down, you see the money flow coming out of the coin. As the money flows up, the price goes up. Okay, pay attention to the volume, follow the volume. Last but not least would be the hourly. We'll just take a quick peek over here at the Ichimoku cloud and kind of see where we're at. This is going to be a definitive green light to leave your position open. So if you have a long position open, do not short into this. If you have no position open, do not short into this. Please be careful. I'm just recommending you kind of wait for confirmation. And right now, this is telling us that we're not overextended exactly, because I don't really trust this. This is more like a 5 or a 6, and we're about halfway through this continuation. So to me, it seems to make a lot more sense for this area up here to be tested before we see the price pull back. Okay, so again, we're going to kind of put these hypotheticals out here just so you can kind of see what that looks like. And then I'll put this on my playout chart so you understand generally where we're at here. Because again, price could pull back, but I think the probability of it continuing up here to this upper resistance based on a previous month close seems higher. I think $90 is much more realistic than seeing in the $50, $60 range. Okay? Just know we have a tremendous amount of volume down here. The likelihood of the price bouncing in this range is extremely high, especially considering we have that liquidity level too. All right, so again, just some things to kind of think about. Hope this made sense. Please like the video if you found benefit, and obviously help me grow the channel. It really helps in any way, shape, or form. Jumping over to our Twitter, Telegram, or Discord if you're curious about our results from last month with our premium group. Links down below for that, of course. And just generally speaking, looking forward to work with you. We do have limited slots available for the premium group. Just a quick heads up there to ensure that you understand that it is kind of a first come, first serve right now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, though. Either way, thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.